Hey crypto fans, thanks for joining me here on Altcoin Radar. Today guys, I am going to show you a super duper easy method to easily make $100 a day trading cryptocurrency as a complete beginner, okay? And as always guys, hey, if you enjoy the content that I create, then go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, because why not, right? And also guys, hey, feel free to follow me here on Twitter as well. You can find the link to it in the description below the video. I like to talk about altcoins and NFTs all day long, so if you're into that sort of thing, hey, go ahead, give me a follow. All right, guys. So now, here's the thing. All right, I don't day trade on a daily basis. Okay, so I'm a realistic person. I'm not the type of YouTuber who's gonna sit here and tell you a bunch of bull crap just to just to get you to follow me or whatnot. Okay, I'm here to speak the truth about a lot of things and just give you a realistic outlook on things. So realistically, guys, some days there's not going to be very many opportunities to day trade, okay? And I don't day trade on a daily basis because obviously I'm growing, I'm trying to grow one of the biggest cryptocurrency YouTube channels out there. So, hey, I don't have time to day trade on a daily basis. But when I do, it's very easy to go ahead and make $100 a day if I want to. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. There's multiple different ways to do this. So, I'm sure you've probably seen many other videos of people day trading, and there's literally probably over 1,000 different ways to do this. You can use all kinds of different indicators. People are using all kinds of different indicators to, see where the price is going to eventually go in the future, in the short term and whatnot. But I literally just use one indicator. It works out great for me, and I'm going to show you how I use it today. All right, guys. So again, bear with me here. There will not be opportunities on a daily basis, but I'm just going to show you the overall idea of what I do. So, all right, guys. So the very first thing I want to tell you about real quick is you do need to start with some capital, okay? Now, you're not going to be able to make $100 a day trading from, with like $100. I mean, that's just not realistic. You're going to need at least a good $1,500 to start with, okay? At least, bare minimum, okay? Now, a lot of people usually start with more, like myself, for instance, but, bare minimum, you'll need at least $1,500. So, but if you've got at least $1,500 to start with, you can easily make $100 a day, and as that $100, it pretty much is going to compound, and I'm going to be showing you that today. So let's see what happens. All right, guys. So we are going to look at let's look at ADA for instance. Okay. So we're going to look at ADA real quick. So we've got ADA right here. All right. Now let's say you've got $1,500. Okay. $1,500. Now I use RSI, okay? No matter what I do, when I'm trying to day trade or swing trade or anything like that. Now I realize this, you guys, I am a long-term holder. I've told you in many of my videos in the past, I am a long-term holder. I've been holding on to various coins for about 4 or 5 years now. But I do have a small bag for, day trading in my spare time if I want to. So, this is what I do. All right, guys. So, RSI. I'm talking a little fast, but that's because I don't want to, I don't want this to turn into a 20-minute video. But here we go, guys. All right, so here's the thing. It's pretty simple. I use RSI pretty much. It's very simple. You want the RSI indicator, and you want it set to, with the upper band at 70, the lower band at 30. All right. And what I do is I usually go with the 1 hour time frame because it's pretty much the easiest for, just one simple trade per day. Now I'll show you with different coins. I'll show you this with different coins. But for instance, here's some good examples, okay? Like, let's see here. I'm filming this today on November 29th of 2021. And there was an opportunity just yesterday on the 28th, okay? So right here, when the RSI drops to the very bottom, that is where I would buy, okay? That is a perfect place to buy, all right? Usually, I will buy anytime it goes below that 30 mark, okay? That's pretty much, you're pretty much guaranteed it's going to go up after that at some point in time. So you pretty much, you buy there when it goes below the 30 mark. I mean, this is very simple, you guys. Buy there, and no matter what, it's going to go up at some point in time. I mean, it's not going to stay down here forever and ever and ever. It's going to go up. So, and look at that. And it did just that. So literally, November 28th, went all the way down to, let's see here, if you bought at the bottom, right when it went to the bottom, about $1.42. Okay, we'll just say $1.42. All right. And then literally within 9 hours or so, it peaked all the way up to within 9 hours or so, you guys, it peaked to about $1.61. Okay. So you're riding that from $1.42 to $1.61. Okay. Now, to see what you would make from that, okay, I use this percentage gain calculator. It's a simple gain calculator to use. You type in $1.42 to $1.61, okay, you would have made a 13.3% gain, okay. Now that's pretty big for a one single gain, okay. I mean, it's foolproof. It really is. I mean, I don't know. So here you go. You started with $1,500. All right. You're going to multiply that by, what was that? 13.38% times 0.13, 13%. You would have made $195 that day. Okay. You would have made $195 off of that trade. So that's over $100. That's over the $100 mark just for that one trade in that one day. Okay. So now you got, you're not 1,500 plus 195. Now you've got like $1,695. Okay. The more you have, the more you're starting off with, the more you make these types of day trades with, you guys, the more you're going to make, the more it's going to compound in the long term. So think about it. You've got $1,695 now. Let's say you do the same thing again and you make another 13%, okay? Times 0.13. Instead of $195, you're going to make $220, okay? So again, you just made an extra $25, okay? An extra $25 that day just because it compounds, over time. So now you're at $1,695, $1,695 plus $220, you're at $1,915, okay? This is within 2 days, okay? If you were to find trades that were like this, 2 days in a row, you'd be at, almost $2,000 hey, you would have almost made $500 in just 2 days. So let's do this again. So we're at $1,915, $1,915, and let's say you find another trade that's only like 8%, okay? So you make another trade for 8%, multiply it by 0.08, and you come out with still over $100 that day. You've now you're clearly over $2,000. Okay, so you see where I'm getting at here, you guys. And I'll show you some more examples here too as well. But as you guys can see, these are very, very good opportunities here. When you are on the 1 hour chart and you find the lows, you buy at the low, the very, very low, and you sell when it's at the top of the RSI. It's as simple as that. Now, when you have a situation like this where it doesn't go to the top, what you would do, they're still good. They're still good. Good positions. I mean, look at here. You are buying here, which would have been $1. We'll say $1.51. Okay. And then within that day, November 26th, within that day, you would have, let's see here. Within that day, let's see, the top would have been right here of that day probably. So $1.56 or $1, sorry, what was that? 151? Yeah, 151 to 159, okay? So 1.51 to 1.59, calculate gain 5.3%. And some days, you're going to have days like that. And, it's up to you if you want to trade that and make that small gain or not, if it's worth that risk to you or not. Some days, if you find a small, if it doesn't, some days you might not want that. But if you do, I mean, think about it, you guys. Let's say you've got, you're at, your $1,915, and you're multiplying it by 0.5%, for that one gain. Then, you're at, you made $95 that day. So honestly, the more you have to start out with, the more you're going to make. But generally, you guys, if you start out with $1,500, you can easily get to that mark. Okay, it's very easy to do. It's very simple to do. And as you make more and more and more, it's going to compound, and you're going to make more and more and more as time goes on. Now the key things here are, you guys, you have to be very, very patient. Okay, you can't just you can't be getting really how do I want to say this? You can't get gold fever over this stuff. You just can't. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing money. I've seen it a lot. I personally have friends where they'll buy at the low right here, and I mean it's clearly at $1.41, and then they'll literally they'll literally see it go up to just right here, a few hours later up to $1.51, and they'll get scared, and they'll get scared because they'll think that it's going to go down again, and they'll just sell, and they'll only make that 10-cent profit right there. But realistically, guys, it's going to go higher. You need to just be patient, hold on to it. It's going to keep going. So let's look at some other coins real quick here. Let's get another example idea here. So this is Solana. We were just looking at Cardano. Now we're looking at Solana. Same thing, you guys. In the last 24 hours, let's see here. We've got a gain of from $181 all the way up to where it's at right now, which is 212. Okay, and that's less than 24-hour period. So 181.00, 212.00. And you're going to come out with a 17% gain. It's gone up 17% in the last 24 hours, you guys. So that's pretty darn good. I mean, let's look at that again. $1,500 times 0.17, you would have made $255 that day. I mean, it's as simple as that. Let's check another one. BAT just took off recently. Let's say you didn't get in at the beginning here. Obviously I don't see any good solid opportunities here. BAT would have been a good time to buy in, back here, November 18th. But, if you want to try something like this, generally what I do, you guys, is my general rule of thumb is buy when the RSI is less than 50. Okay. Buy when the RSI is less than 50 and sell when it is, over 70, at 70 or above. Generally, you're going to make profit either way. It's very simple to do. But let's see here real quick. Let's see if you were to do a position like that. So let's say you bought right here when the RSI was at 38. Okay, when the RSI was at 38 on November 26th, okay, and you sold, let's see here, a daily, within 24 hours. Where are we? All right, so November 26th, that's 1,700. November 27th, that's 1,700, which would be right here. So you went from, okay, so we've got $1.82 up here, and we've got $1.32. So $1.32 to $1.82. Okay, 1.32. Sorry, to 1.82. All right. I mean, look at that, guys. 37% gain within 24 hours. That is insane, okay? $1,500 again times 0.37. That's insane. You made a $555 gain in just one day, okay? For most people, for a lot of people, that's, that's a whole week's worth of, that's a whole week's worth of work at their job. I mean, you just made that in a day. So it's very simple to do. It's very easy to do. Now, for a lot of you, if there's a lot of you out there who don't have, $1,500 to start out with, I hear you. I really do. I really understand. There's not a lot of people out there who simply, generally most of the middle class people, they don't have $1,500 to start with. But, you don't have to start out with $1,500. If you do start out with $1,500, you're probably going to easily be able to make, at least $100 a day minimum. If you start with, like, let's say you've only got like $100 to start with. I mean, it's you can definitely do it, but it's going to be a lot harder and a lot tougher, and you're going to need to put your patient boots on, because you're going to need to be patient with that. Otherwise, you're just going to lose your money. It's as simple as that. If you start with $100, I'll do a video in the future in a couple weeks or so of how to day trade with starting with $100. It'll be like this, but it'll show some just give an overall general idea of what else you can do to day trade with just $100. But yeah, guys, it's pretty much simple as that. Overall, I urge you just to be very careful. Only invest in coins that you think are going to make it. Obviously, I'm not going to day trade coins that have I'm not going to day trade coins that have low volume. I'm not going to day trade coins that there's not a lot of people behind it. I'm not going to day trade coins that there's not a lot of there's too much risk in coins like that. I'm only going to day trade coins that are probably within the top 20. To be brutally honest with you, I'm only going to day trade coins that are within the top 20. They're safe. They're safe. They've got very high volume. There's a lot of people, trading money, or putting their money through them on a daily basis. So stick with those coins. So, all right, guys, that's going to pretty much do it, though, for this video. So I'll go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, guys, hey, before you guys leave, hey, don't forget to follow me on Twitter with the link in the video description. And also, guys, go ahead and take a minute to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a daily basis. And hey, guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my future videos or chatting with me here on Twitter.